Okay, team, we're going to step it up a little bit now. So now we're looking at something a little bit more complex. So moving more into two-step expressions. Okay, so where before it was sort of one step, so we were looking at 5 more than a number. We're now going to do two things to our unknown value. Okay, so the first question here is write an expression for each statement. We're using x this time to represent the unknown number. So we have a number, it's first multiplied by 3, and then there is 5 added. Okay, so let's do this. So we've got x, okay, and we want to firstly, so the first thing it wants us to do is multiplied by 3. So we need to multiply it by 3. So remember when we did this before, we ended up writing this as 3x. Okay, so that was how we did it. So that was our first step. Remember, it's really important how you put these together and how you represent it so that you have the right expression. Because remember, our bod mass is going to come into play here a little bit. So that's our first thing that it wanted us to do. Then it wanted 5 added to it. So our next step is to add 5. So we still have our 3x, but then we add 5. Okay, so that is the answer to our first question. Okay, now I would like you to try to set it up like this for me at the moment. So draw the box around what is happening to your number, okay, your variable x here. So first thing you're doing is you're multiplying it by 3 and you get 3x. The next step you're doing is you're going to add 5. So you do your little rainbow to add 5, and then you end up with 3x plus 5. Okay. Okay, the next part is that we've got a number, okay, and it's divided by 4, and then 7 is subtracted, okay. I want you to read the question 3 times before you even do anything. Okay, so a number is divided by 4, and then 7 is subtracted. Okay, one more time. A number is divided by 4, and then 7 is subtracted. So we're still starting with our x first up. Okay. Firstly, though, it's divided by 4. So little rainbow, it's divided by 4. Okay. Now remember, this one we can write, we put our vinculum in. So it's our number divided by 4. Okay, so they mean the same thing. Okay, the division sign or just adding your vinculum in. So we've got x divided by 4 now. That's our first step done. And we've got the first term in our expression there. Okay, the next part that it wants us to do is then 7 is subtracted. So we need to subtract 7. So we end up with our x divided by 4 minus 7. So we end up with 2 terms in our expression there. Okay, so remember, I'd like you to try to set it up with those rainbows and the little boxes. Okay, I'm going to do another 2 examples from the question. So I'm going to do A and B. If you're really happy with how you're going, pause the video here and have a go at every second one of these for now, every second one. Otherwise, keep watching while I do the next 2. All right, let's get a new page happening. Okay, so 5A. Read the question first 3 times. So write the expression for each statement. Use x to represent the unknown number. So we're going to write the expression with x, okay? A number is multiplied by 7, and then 2 is added. So multiplied by 7, and then 2 is added. So remember, I'm starting off with my x, okay? X is my variable that I'm using, so X. Cool. I'm going to put that in a little box. Now for 5a, the first thing I'm doing is I'm multiplying it by 7. So my rainbow to show that I'm multiplying it by 7. Okay, so X multiplied by 7, remember, will give me 7X. That's how we like to write it. Perfect. So, done that first part. Second part of this expression is, and then 2 is added. So I need to now add 2. So I still have my 7x, okay, but my second part, my second term is I've added 2 to that, okay. They have to be separate like this, okay, so this is me doing my first part of this, that's multiplying it by 7. The second part is that I add 2 to that. All right. Doing it like this will help you when we get to solving equations, okay? So please bear with me and try to write it out like this in your books. Okay, let's do 5b together. A number is divided by 3 and then 6 is subtracted. Okay, divided by 3 and then 6 is subtracted. So I've still got my x. Okay, first thing I'm doing is I'm dividing by 3. So dividing by 3. So remember, I need to put my vinculum in. So I'm going to go x, because it's my number, divided by 3. Okay, so x divided by 3. Cool. Number is divided by 3. My number is divided by 3. Good. And then 6 is subtracted. So I then need to subtract 6 away from that. So I end up with x on 3 minus 6. Perfect. All right. I want you to go on now and I want you to do C and E for me. See how you go. Try again and write out A on your own. So A, C, and E, please, in your books, and then we'll correct them in a minute. So pause here and have a go at those questions for me. All right, hopefully you went okay. So you need to correct your work from question 5 for me. You should have 3 questions that you need to correct. So I want to tick or cross depending on how you went. Take a photo and then you're going to upload it to your Google Slides. So please do that for me now. Correct them, take a photo and upload it to Google Slides for me. All right, so if you can work through that now, and then we'll go on to the next piece of work. So I'll see you on the other side.